The law and order president, Donald Trump, is apparently not a fan of law and order. Now, a day after being charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, the former president took to social media and posted some things, some interesting things. All right, that's not bad. He said almost every legal and political analyst said the unfair and morally disgusting indictment filed against me yesterday has no merit and is not even a case. There was no crime. In any way, the statute of limitations has been violated by many years. Wait, well, okay, hold on. If there was no crime, then why would there be a statute of limitations? Why bring that up? Curious. Very curious. Oh, all right, so sure. He then went further. He decided to, push for the defunding of police. Republicans in Congress should defund the DOJ and the FBI until they come to their senses, i.e. stop going after Trump. The Democrats have totally weaponized law enforcement in our country and are viciously using this abuse of power to interfere with our already under siege elections. Who put our elections under siege? There was literally a siege outside of the Capitol building on January 6th. And, by the way, interference by Trump in the Georgia election, where he was putting pressure on people like Brad Raffensperger to find him votes that did not exist. So, all right. And, of course, we've already talked about the weaponization. So far, the weaponization committee, headed by Jim Jordan, is 0 for 0. So they don't really have any proof there of weaponization. So look, there's a couple of possibilities. Number one, that Trump is stupid. He doesn't realize the DOJ and the FBI are not involved in the case of Manhattan. Or secondly, he's more concerned about the federal cases against him that the DOJ and the FBI are involved in. So, look, Trump's post came after he went after special counsel Jack Smith, who was overseeing the DOJ investigation into Trump's culpability for January 6th, as well as the Mar-a-Lago classified documents scandal, which, of course, we've seen new evidence that he was going through and rifling through boxes and trying to decide what he was going to keep after he had been subpoenaed to return everything in those boxes. So that would be, a possible obstruction of justice there. Now, Jim Jordan on defunding the police recently said the same thing. So at the end of the day, I think it's more number two than anything. I don't think he's as worried about this case in Manhattan than he is for the other cases headed up by the FBI and the DOJ. So, now, even if, by the way, there is a conviction in Manhattan, because it does involve tax fraud, could I see Donald Trump going to jail for this? Not necessarily. I know. That part, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay? But on the other things, especially on January 6th, well, that's much more potentially disastrous for Trump. But anyway, so now Trump calls for the police to be defunded, which I find pretty hilarious because now that these, federal investigations could affect him, not so interested in law and order, is it? That said, what do Trump supporters feel about defunding the FBI and DOJ? Well, Fox News decided to ask some, and, here's the answer.
After he was arrested yesterday, apparently today, Donald Trump has called for America to defund the police, particularly the FBI, the Department of Justice, because the Democrats have weaponized law enforcement. All right, who in this panel, raise your hand, who thinks that's a good idea? All right, nobody.
Oops. Oh, the defunding police? Turns out, not a good idea, even by a panel of independents, Democrats and also Trump supporters. Look, the reason is, of course, everyone knows that it looks bad when you call for the defunding of the agency that happens to be investigating you for potential crimes. Makes you look more guilty, or just guilty, even if you're not. It's just generally a bad look. Why would you do that? But again, it goes along with Marjorie Greene, Jim Jordan, and others that have called for the defunding of the FBI, the DOJ, and as well as CDC, all these different government agencies that could potentially hold them and perhaps their donors accountable. So, that seems to be, in my mind at least, the reason that they're calling for this. Because now that, again, the FBI does have a history of targeting the left, going after left-wingers. It's totally fine. Republicans were fine with that. Hey, yeah, go after them. Smash them hippies. Yeah, go get them. Get them. But now they're actually looking into them. Ooh, don't go after us. Don't go after us. No. We didn't do anything wrong. Go after Antifa. Antifa. Right there. Antifa. Over there. We know what they're doing.